tennis and the NAPT at the PCA High Roller Final Table action underway right now on the man who just knocked off Matt Marafiotti, William Reynolds from the United States. Reynolds will not play this hand. Mikhail Brummelhouse has been quiet so far. He looks down at ace-8 of clubs.
If you're wearing a watch and sunglasses, how can you see what time it is?
On Will Molson with ace-queen off.
Molson's family founded Molson Beer in 1786.
Will Molson reaching for chips. He's going to raise to 47,000. He did tell us his favorite number was 47. To the chip leader, Rankemeyer on the button. He'll lay it down.
See, the woman and the older man, no shades. That's why I prefer women and older men.
Folded over to Adolfo Baeza in the big blind, Jack 10. Looks like he will defend his blind. Makes the call.
He's talking about how easy his blind is too, but he protects his blind every single time. Every single time.
Those blinds aren't easy today.
Easy blind. I didn't raise.
Baeza has been active from the blind, but it's inappropriate for Lisa to comment on his play with Molson still in the hand.
Molson and Baeza will go heads up. Here's the flop. Queen, Jack 7. Molson with top pair and top kicker. Baeza with middle pair. Baeza bets it with a pair of jacks, 55,000.
Baeza likes it. I think Molson likes it more.
Molson will come along with the queens. Turn card now. 5 of hearts. Molson still way ahead. Baeza reaching for chips, makes it 100 grand.
Young internet guns don't like it when they're on the other end of the aggression. It's like in basketball, teams that press don't like to be pressed.
Molson.
Molson appears worn down by Baeza's play.
Maybe just a little Canadian Hollywooding. Matt Marafiotti is going to stick around and see how Molson fares here. Molson just with a call.
He's exhausted making that call.
Yes. All right, the river card now. Baeza wondering what he's up against. It's a tray. Molson's top pair. Top kicker is best, as you see by the percentage next to his name. Baeza, 100 grand again.
That's a small bet from the amateur, who looks very comfortable.
I'm all in.
Molson raises all in.
You know, Lon, every time I doubt an online whiz, they show why they're 10 times smarter than I'll ever be on the felt.
Good.
Molson's buddies on their feet.
That's a disjointed board, no flush possibility, no way Molson has a 7-high straight, but I don't know if Baeza can be this committed to second pair.
No.
He does lay it down, and that's a great example of the importance of position in this game. Will Molson takes the pot.
New rule, Lon, I don't invite anyone under the age of 30 to my home game.
Baeza feeling a bit stung.
Tough fold?
Maybe so, but it was the right one. Baeza started this table second in chips. He is now the short stack, while Molson is currently second in chips. Tobias Rankemeyer remains in the top spot. Hamilton in third, followed by Reynolds, Brummelhouse, and Baeza. Action begins on the current second place player, Will Molson. Ace-9 offsuit.
Ace-9 under the gun. He just got a bunch of chips.
And will not play this hand.
I like that discipline. Just get rid of it. It's trouble.
Rankemeyer, the chip leader, won't play 7 tray. To Lisa Hamilton now. King tray offsuit.
Born in Honolulu, a high-stakes cash game player who now lives in Las Vegas. And it looks like she wants to mess around with King 3 off from the cutoff.
50,000 is the raise from Lisa Hamilton. Baeza gets out of the way. William Reynolds now in the small blind with ace-8 offsuit.
He was working as a grocery store clerk in Iowa for a year and a half until he built up his poker bankroll.
Born in Sioux City. He announces a re-raise.
He's got to tell us how much, doesn't he?
I think that's part of the rule. 106,000. Brummelhouse in the big blind has not had much to play, and he'll fold.
What do you have left?
About 430 behind.
What do you have left? You've got King 3 off. I don't think you're going to be robbing the young man in broad daylight. Hamilton has Reynolds covered, but only by about 140,000.
I raise.
Hamilton announces re-raise.
What is the raise right now?
Robbery in progress.
And Reynolds folds even before he knows how much Hamilton was going to raise. So Lisa Hamilton takes that pot with moxie.
Oh, you can scratch her off my home game list.
Aggressive, go. She's a cash game player, that's why.
I don't even know how to play this, you know?
We're showing these tourney donks how to play tourneys.
Indeed, Lisa Hamilton was a cash game player exclusively until she got pushed into the tournament scene by a very close friend.
My friend Elkie, Bertrand Grospellier. We met maybe 5 years ago in Vegas. Oh, that's how you're my best friend. He's an excellent poker player. He won this event last year, and he won the main event the year before.
Elkie wins it.
Wow. Get a winner.
Normally, I'm in Hawaii at this time, and he's like, oh, it's so good here. It's the best here. You need to come. You need to come. Do you want to play the high roller event or not? And at the last one, I was like, all right, I guess I'll come. And I'm here now. Then he busted. Then it was like up to me. It's like, okay, Lisa, well, you better win this then. I could lose the biggest pot in a live cash game and it wouldn't even faze me. But when you play for days and you bust from a tournament, I don't know how they do it. It's kind of sickening. So I want to win it.
Lisa won the ladies' event at the 2009 World Series. The only reason she played was because Elkie wanted her to keep his girlfriend company. The girlfriend busted, and Lisa ended up winning the title.
And almost $200,000 for that win as well. Action folded around to Will Molson in the small blind. King, Queen of Hearts.
Molson also a regular at high-stakes cash games.
He's going to call for $10,000. The blind's at $10,000 and $20,000. Tobias Rankemeyer, King, 9 of diamonds in the big blind.
He was an economics student in Germany until he decided to move to Malta and play poker professionally.
He will raise it to $60,000.
Tobias says, you limp, you pay. $40,000 more.
Molson wondering, is that a big stack raise?
I'll see a flop.
Molson is now legally obligated to see the flop. If he had said nothing, he could have left.
Molson calls for $40,000 more. Here's the flop. It is Jack 8-10, both with up and down straight draws. Molson's is higher. Rankemeyer also picked up a flush draw.
Oh, I like the texture of that flop, Lon. The two biggest stacks against each other here.
Molson checked. Rankemeyer reaching for chips with his two draws. $65,000.
Molson was a big hand, too.
Let's make it 180 total.
Molson makes it sound like they're at a pajama party and they've decided to roast some marshmallows.
A check raise from Will Molson. And his buddies sit uneasily on the sidelines.
Let's make it 180 total. I'm not letting anyone under the age of 25 into my house ever again.
I'm all in.
All in from Rankemeyer.
And this would be for all of Will Molson's chips.
Nice to call.
And Molson calls all in.
Yeah, the way they play and the way that flopped, it was inevitable all the chips were headed into the middle.
So a huge pot at the